Hello everyone, welcome back to WhizDum Wednesday. I'm Sir Derpy Creeper, and it's a weekly podcast where I basically talk about things in life you may not understand or a new perspective on life that'll help you out. And my goal here is to make you a whiz out of making wise decisions and to steam them up to make them even better. So the first thing I want to say is, hey, listen, Spotify and SoundCloud are all updated with WhizDum Wednesday. I think Wither will be up there soon. I'm not exactly sure what time Wither will be up because I'm recording this Wednesday. I had to sleep really late last night on Tuesday, so hopefully this will go out pretty well anyway. But hey, all the WhizDum Wednesdays are caught up. Last week, I think Saturday, I spent a lot of time just cranking into some content. No, actually, it wasn't even Saturday. It was Monday. Yeah, it was Monday. Monday, I cranked in a lot of content to SoundCloud, so SoundCloud and Spotify will be uploaded today, actually, within the next few hours or so, whenever I'm done. But basically, I'm excited, all right? Now we're all up to date. So Twitch, YouTube, and Spotify and SoundCloud will be all up to date for the most part. I think YouTube will still get most likely the thing that needs to be up. So YouTube's most likely still going to be the most quickest up to date, most likely, but we'll have to see that in the future. But anyway, I want to say thank you all for being so supportive and stuff. It really means a lot. I'm even going to get a second monitor soon. It's going to be really cool. All right. Due to Twitch payout, though, I'm going to have to wait until next month, most likely, to get the monitor. But hey, I'm excited. All right. I'll have a second monitor with a monitor arm. It's going to be really cool. Also, I'm working on a WhizDum Wednesday logo. It's really cool. I'm excited the way it looks. Any of you who have joined my Discord sees what it looks like. It is pretty fire, I ain't gonna lie. Alright, but it may be a t-shirt design though too. Here's the thing is that I don't know if it'll fit well as a logo. But it's definitely gonna be a t-shirt design for sure. It'll go on a t-shirt. I'm excited for it. Hopefully you guys will see it within next week or so on the different looks of the thumbnails and stuff. I don't know. We'll just have to see. For anyone who missed Witch Hunt last week, I basically kind of touched on cancel culture, which I have a little bit of extra stuff on cancel culture as well, which is a thing Viper had sent to me. It's about, how crazy cancel culture is, where someone wanted one side of a story, for example, and they were like, oh, cool, thank you for helping me understand. And then when other people found out this person talked to said person that they were already trying to cancel, and they basically denied the cancel, for example, so some people are strong enough to not take that cancel culture. And I think that's awesome. That's a cool thing. But some people who will go over to them and want to know their side, they'll understand. They're like, okay, I get it. But the pressure from other people is also messed up, because the mob mentality goes into a lot of people, and they want to make people give up or not have other people support this other person, which is screwed up and messed up. So it's terrible to go with the mob mentality. I basically touched on that a lot, especially like old-timey movies about how there's like a witch hunt. They go after a witch, for example, or ones that they say is a witch when it's not a witch. So go check out Witch Hunt. It's really cool. It's touched on cancel culture and a little bit of bandwagon as well, which was a reference to wagon. So I highly recommend y'all go check it out from last week. And I totally forgot to mention, listen, I butchered the scripture thingy, or the thing in the Bible from last week that I talked about as like an example of like, if you thrive in just the destruction of other people, you'll get hurt and stuff like that. So I got it right about Lot's wife and Lot. All right, but I totally butchered it. I thought it was Noah was the one that was not supposed to look at it and bring his kids out of that city called Sodom and Gomorrah. I was dead wrong. It was Abraham. So just listen. All right, I don't know the Bible too well. All right, I'm just now reading Proverbs. Don't hurt me, please. All right, listen. All right, I butchered that so hard. My dad called me right after he listened to it, and he said, you got that wrong, right? And I was like, man, I can't believe that. So I just wanted to give that out. I was wrong, just to let y'all know. See, it's okay to be wrong sometimes, but I was wrong, so I just wanted to clear that up. And let's get on with the segment. Things in our life get old. They do. Listen, things always get old. Things will age. Things will take a long time. Things will slowly go away. That is Wither. When you are withering, when something is withering, it is slowly dying, for example. It's slowly fading away. I want to talk about two main things that I feel like we should talk about. And my question at the start, and I'll ask you this at the end, is things get old. What are you going to do about it? So the two main things I want to talk about are things about our lives that are just that get old in our lives, you know. The first thing I'm going to talk about in the section, there's two main sections. It's things we've been doing from our past or things from our past. And the second thing is things we care about. These two things wither. First, I'm going to talk about the things from our past. Here's the thing is that a lot of the times, things from our past eat at us a lot. And I'm talking a lot. They come after us. They remind us of what happened in the past. They eat at us. They eat. In a way, you can be withering yourself right there, which I'll talk about that later. But things from our past really get to us. My question to you is, how are you acting in your younger days? You know, when you're in high school, middle school. I'm not sure if a middle schooler is listening to this, but, you know, this could still help a middle schooler out, I think. Or maybe even college. You have these mentalities that kind of probably stick to you depending on how you lived your life. So are you a person who likes drama, who likes to stir up drama, who likes to get people angry, instigate, antagonize? You know, you thrive on the fact that anger happens from other people. Maybe you have lust in your life. Maybe you got hooked onto an addiction that probably happened from most likely high school, but in these days it's probably middle school at this point, of lust. Maybe you liked making fun of people, cracking some jokes at people, maybe bullying a bit, and you're still doing that to this day. Maybe there's some things in your past that are holding you back. There's a lot of things in our past that hurt us and bind us and chain us up and really just eat at us, you know? Constantly eat at us. Fear is a big thing, by the way, that I feel like in the past can cause in the future. And so in the past, something may have happened which causes you to have fear of the future. Maybe you have bad habits. For example, lust, like I mentioned. Maybe that addiction that you developed in high school, college, middle school. Maybe it caused you to have an addiction, to a bad habit of lust. Maybe you have a bad habit of anger. Maybe you let your anger get the best of you out of nowhere. When something small happens, you just get so furious out of nowhere. Are you addicted to instigation? Are you constantly always ready to fight? You know what I mean? Like you ever have that situation where you're kind of thinking, all right, well, if someone finds this out about me, I'm ready to fight and defend myself right off the bat so no one can understand or see the way I am inside myself. No one can see the secrets inside of me, you know? You're constantly latching these kind of things onto your heart, which make your heart wither. Here's the thing is about, you know, all these things I mentioned here, they need to wither. All of them. Because what they do is they cause you to wither inside yourself. These things here are things you need to let go of. They are things that are childish, for example. I like a scripture I found before. I'll say a scripture from the Bible that really spoke to me. Okay, so this is a scripture that's 1 Corinthians 13:11. I'm not going to get all like religious on you homies, but I want to tell you this because I feel like this is some truth here. It's when I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. But when I became an adult, I set aside childish things. Here's the thing. When you instigate, when you decide to cause drama, when you decide to lust at other people, when you decide to, lust may not, lust is the norm, sadly, when it comes to childish things now. And it's disgusting to me that, you know, we as a society have allowed this for easy access for children to see this kind of thing. When you decide to instigate, when you decide to pull up these barriers of trying to defend yourself because you're so scared someone's going to find you out, these are childish ways, especially the high school mentality, the high school, college, middle school mentality. That is childish ways. You are holding on to childish ways that don't need to be in your life right now. And not only that, you are taking other people out with you. Especially if you've got yourself a mentality that likes to instigate, that likes to constantly be ready for a little fight. You know what I mean? Like any opposition that happens to it, you're quick to snap on it. You know, you're quick to snap on it, though, is what I'm saying. Being quick to snap on something because you know that you're probably in the wrong, but you don't want anyone to snap on you. And when someone gets onto you and you snap instantly, that's bad. That means you've had that in your heart for a long time. You need to let these things go. A thing I'd like to say is that when it comes to this, you're going to have to let these things leave you, all right? You have to allow these things to wither. Don't nurture them with your attention. Here's the thing, and then this applies to anything, by the way, your fear from your past. This is a big thing that a lot of people do, is they nurture it with their attention, and what they do is they keep trying to keep this fear alive inside of them. They don't mean to, but they do it on instinct because they're so scared. So when they're constantly scared of a thing going to happen in the future, you are not letting something that needs to wither in your life wither. And so you're constantly feeding this fear inside of you from a past situation in your life. Not only that, if you keep acting like in your high school mentality, your college mentality, your middle school mentality of, I want to instigate, I like drama, all right, I like to instigate, I like to just talk about bad things about other people, I like to judge other people. What if you judge other people? Judging all this stuff usually comes from high school, by the way, when you're surrounded with a lot of people who don't have the right kind of mentality. What are you going to do about it? You need to fix yourself. You need to let go of these things. And you don't have to let go overnight, I get it. But here's the thing, is that when you slowly let go, it gets faster and faster at withering away from you. When, it's kind of a battle of your mind, but also a battle of your heart. If you thrive on instigating with people, making them angry, getting them mad, then you're in the wrong kind of heart. You are. You aren't allowing it to wither, you're allowing it to wither you. And I feel like this applies to anything within our past, or within what we've done in the past, what habits we have in our current path is what it is. Your addictions, you're thriving, all right, on bad things is causing you to wither. Not only that, but you're causing other people to wither as well. Sometimes withering on you can affect other people. Now, I want to talk about things we care about. Things we care about are kind of the ones that's like a little touchy, so I want to be honest with y'all here. First thing we should care about, by the way, things we should care about that do pertain to withering is ourselves. Like I mentioned beforehand, it's like, are you holding on to something from your past? Well, here's the thing, is that now we kind of have to guard ourselves, you know what I mean? There are things in lives, there are things and people in our lives that could cause us to wither. There's always going to be, all right? Here's the thing, is that you have to be smart enough to where either you can address it so you don't get withered by any other people, or if there's no change, you need to make that change yourself. A lot of people don't get this, but, if change doesn't happen for you, when you are already changing, but the other person doesn't change, whether it's your friend, any other relationship, anything like that, if it doesn't change, then you need to be that change of, all right, sayonara. You need to leave. You can't keep beating yourself up. You can't. A lot of the times, a lot of people will beat themselves up and cause themselves to wither because they extremely care for other people. Don't allow that into your heart. Remove that kind of influential behavior. Because here's the thing, when you surround yourself with withering people, you're going to start feeling withered. That's how it is. And don't surround yourself with withering people who are just feel like they're slowly fading, they're constantly draining. Don't surround yourself with that kind of negativity. If it's causing you to feel like you're withering, it needs to be addressed. Address it. Seriously, address it. It's one of the only few ways that you can get out of it. Not only that, if there's no change, again, like I said earlier, change yourself. Change who you are and change who you surround yourself with. Now, here's the thing about ourselves that I want you to realize about withering, though. Don't confuse withering with your view of life or faith. Here's the thing, is that I believe faith, when your faith is kind of dimmed, all right? Imagine this, all right? I don't want you to compare withering to a dim light. Here's the difference between a dimmed light and withering. A dimmed light can always be replaced, or it can always glow more again, all right? Something that's withering is slowly dying. There's a difference between the two, all right? You can't replace something withering, all right? When something's withering, it's slowly dying, all right? But don't confuse that within ourselves, all right? Listen, here's the thing, is that our way of life and the way we live, don't see yourself as withering. Because if you see yourself as withering, you're going to give up hope on yourself. Do not give up hope on yourself. You are a beautifully and wonderfully made person, all right? Each and every one of you. But the thing is that if you constantly look at yourself as a withering individual, then you need to fix the things inside yourself that are causing you to feel that way. It could be the people you're surrounding yourself with. It could be the people you're in a relationship with. It could be the people that, you're friends with. It doesn't matter. Here's the thing, is that I would rather feel more alive than be drained by 1,000 other people who just don't live the right way. And that's not a bad thing. Here's the thing. You can live and you can be nice to people who have a draining mentality. But when you surround yourself constantly with it, you will eventually wither yourself because of it. Not only that, here's the thing about that is that, when something's withering, guess what happens after the withering? Death. And I'm not saying you can die physically, don't get me wrong, but you can die mentally and inside your heart. You'll lose yourself, and losing yourself is another form of death that isn't physical, all right? And I'm not saying that oh snap, don't view yourself as a dying person, all right? Because if you view yourself as a dying person or just one that increasingly just doesn't care and stuff, that is on you for sure, yes. But you need to fix that, because here's the thing is that I believe since you're a human, you have every shot in the world to do better on yourself. Don't give up on yourself, all right? If you have things that are causing you to feel withered, do not allow other people to get you into that position. Surround yourself with people who care, who will lift you up. Here's the thing is that a lot of people, in this world today anyway, they're toxic. Their aura, for example, they produce this bad aura. They produce this bad energy wave that really crushes other people. All right. And guess what? Here's the thing too, is if you're toxic or being a withering person to other people, I want to address this with inside yourself. The things you say alone can produce a toxic wave to other people, and you not even being toxic to them can still produce that wave. Is it the things you say? Are you ungrateful? Here's the thing is that I've seen a lot of toxic people be like, well, I don't say anything toxic, but you can tell by they're just toxic with the way they say things. They're ungrateful with how they are. They're not happy. They want to control other people, stuff like that. Watch that kind of stuff. Listen, here's the thing, and if you're aware, if I've pointed this out on you, reflect in yourself. Look in yourself and say, all right, what do I need to change within me then? The words you say are a good example. Your tone of voice, believe it or not, your tone of voice is very, very obvious to give away if you're toxic or not. And if other people aren't being around you or don't like to be around you, here's the thing. It could be because you're toxic. Now, don't get me wrong, all right? The ways of the world are different from the ways of denying your own human flesh, all right? So, sometimes it's okay to deny the ways of the world, all right? Because here's the thing. The ways of the world are mob mentalities, for example, all this kind of stuff. I get it. I get it completely. But the more and more you drill yourself and the more and more you catch yourself into these toxic things, people will be more comfortable around you. If you talk in a toxic way, if you talk in a self-deprecating way, if you talk to yourself or talk to other things in life in a negative connotation, in a negative way, you're not going to have people who want to be around you because you yourself are causing other people to wither. I'm just being honest with you. You are causing yourself to wither. You are the main cause. You have to fix the thing inside yourself. All right. There are things inside yourself you need to fix. Everyone else doesn't have to fix their things around you, by the way. You need to fix yourself. Yourself being fixed is the most important thing. Because here's the thing. Once you fix yourself, you can help other people fix themselves. I don't know who needs this, but you really need it. You cannot expect yourself to help other people with an empty cup. Because here's the thing. With an empty cup, with a busted... I was talking to Viper about this. Yeah, it's crazy. I got a lot of wisdom from Viper just from talking to him. He's pretty rad, I ain't gonna lie. But if you're trying to fill somebody up with a hole inside their cup, you're wasting your energy. Don't be the cup that has a hole in it. Patch your cup up, all right? Patch up those holes inside your cup and fix yourself, because that's how you're going to get people in your life to really look at you and be like, wow, you're listening to what I'm saying. Because here's the thing. A lot of people don't want to be around someone who doesn't listen to what they're saying. Not only just doesn't listen to what they're saying, but someone who drains them. Somebody who just takes the life and the fun out of things. You know what I mean? Be encouraging. Here's the thing. If you're not being encouraging of other people, you're probably a withering person or a stalemated person that's not moving or doing anything. Encourage people. Listen, don't get me wrong. There are some things you shouldn't encourage, yes. But here's the thing. For the most part, there's some good things about people that need to be encouraged. Don't sit there and be like, oh, this is stupid. This is not cool. Don't sit there and do stuff like that. That's a withering mentality. You know, it's okay to be amazed, by the way. I read this in a book. Character Matters. Listen, I'm going to share this every time I read something great in it. In Character Matters, there's a thing called reverence, all right? And I think you need to have a reverence for things, all right? Don't sit there and act like something isn't cool, all right, just because you feel like other people are going to judge you. Be yourself. Be the good version of you. If yourself is bad, fix yourself. Patch those holes inside the cup. I don't know who needs this, but you really need to fix yourself. Because here's the thing. If you're a withering person that's causing other people to wither, they're going to fade away out of your life. Just like how withering works. They're going to fade away off your life. You are taking advantage and you're ungrateful of what you're doing within your life because you feel that like, oh, nothing bad's happening to me. I must be okay. And that's not the case. Things get old after a while. You have to realize within yourself, I need to fix these things, all right? I need to latch off of these old childish ways that I've been clinging to. I need to get off of this drama. I need to get off of being disencouraging to other people. I need to just be a person who loves to love. That's one of the best kind of people you can be. One who loves to learn, loves to love, and improves themselves. Because if you're not doing that, you're withering yourself. You can build yourself, you can create yourself, you can build yourself up. But here's the thing is, if you're not doing that, you're doing the opposite, and that's withering. I'm not sure who needed that, but you really needed that drill, and I hope you got something good out of that. One more thing I want to talk about withering, but I'm not going to consider this as withering, but more of age. I want you to think for yourself real quick. Is there somebody in your life who's old? Is there somebody in your life who's old? Who's probably doesn't have a lot of time left? Maybe not even old, but like, maybe you know that they're probably close to passing away. It could be a friend, family, anybody who comes to your mind, a guardian. You know, that person who just came to your mind, for example, you need to talk to them. Spend some time with them. Here's the thing. I don't like to see family members who might be close to passing away as withering. All right, I want to see as we need to make sure that they aren't seen as withering as well. The thing is that, you know, you don't know something so great until it's gone, and I kind of feel like this is a thing anyone can relate with. You know, I lost my grandfather around the age 15, and I was blessed to have this last moment with him to, like, you know, talk to him and say, hey, I love you. And, you know, when I saw him, his eyes widened, and, you know, he was on a respirator and everything, and when he saw me, his eyes widened, which made me feel, you know, he saw me before he died. And, you know, honestly, you know, sometimes it does make me cry, I ain't gonna lie. But you know, it makes me thankful though, because, you know, I had that moment, you know, that said, hey, listen, you know, I've got to say goodbye to you, man. You know, if someone in your life is, you know, either maybe hospitalized, or maybe, you know, you feel like you're not going to get a lot of time with them left, you need to spend some time with them, seriously. You know, they cherish times with you, especially if you cherish times with them. I cherished a lot of times with my grandfather. I think it's one of the main pinnacle things that moved me into becoming a better person. Because, you know, I wasn't the best of a kid in high school, and, you know, I was 15, so we're getting pushing on up to like close to almost 10 years now. And, you know, it's still hard, you know. I mean, here's the thing is that I had to grow up and get my permit, get my license, you know, without him ever knowing, you know what I mean? That's why I feel like you should really spend some time with people who or who, you know, maybe you didn't give them the experience they wanted to have, you know, or maybe you need to give them this last cherishing moment kind of the thing, you know. You need to open yourself. Just be like, hey, listen, do you want to go eat something? Do you want to hang out? Do you want to talk? Especially grandparents or great grandparents, for example, because, you know, here's the thing is that you never know what'll happen. That's why I feel like you should live every day like your family member may be dead, you know, the next day. And I don't mean this as a bad thing, but you should live every day as in, like, you know, Don't try to destroy their lives or anything like that, you know, because they care about you. I get it. Some people grow up in bad families, and here's the thing is that if you grew up in a bad family, that means you need to create your own good family as well. But in the aspect of people passing away and not having that closure, you need to work for that closure, you know what I mean? Make those memories, because if you don't make these memories, you're going to sit there and regret it for a long time. I mean, I've talked with a lot of people who have told me, you know, they didn't call their family member when they were in the hospital bed or stuff like that, and it's a heartbreaking thing, because listen, you don't know what it's like being on that receiving end, all right? And if you're on that receiving end, you know, I guarantee you it'd mean the world to that person if you'd spend time with them. It's not bad to go and spend some time with them, even if it's temporary, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with going to spend time with them. Make some time. Don't sit there and say you don't have the time, because here's the thing. Anyone who says they don't have the time is lying, all right? I used to do that myself. I used to lie and go, I don't have the time, when in reality it's because I didn't make the time. Make the time to be with them. Because here's the thing is that you're never going to know when you're going to lose them. Don't let that fear of losing them stop you from talking to them, though, either. Here's the thing is that you have family members for a reason, all right? People come and go. That's just how it is. It hurts the most when it's a family member, yes, and I get that, all right? But if you let that fear stop you from spending time with them, you're going to have that weight on your heart for the entire time. Probably for the rest of your life anyway, because you'll have to deal with that. That's why it's good to make these memories with them. Spend some time with them. They would love to do. I mean, I can almost guarantee you, your grandparents love their grandkids. All right, not only that, not grandparents, but you know, every family member loves their kids. All right, it doesn't have to be if they're old. By the way, it can just be if, like, you know, they don't have a lot of time left. Even if you don't feel like they have a lot of time left, still spend some time with them. You know, I can guarantee you can think of one person in your mind that you have not spent a lot of time with and that you should go spend a lot of time with. Or maybe not a lot of time, but a little bit of time. That one person that popped to your head, guess what? Go call them. Literally. I can almost guarantee you one person has popped into your head. All right? And you need to go spend some time with them. A question that you may be asking me is like, well, I've already lost somebody who was great to me. And here's the thing is that, like, you know, I would advise just spending some time going to see a grave. You know what I mean? Like, I know that here's the thing is that if you imagine them in the grave, that's not good. All right. My personal opinion, they're not in that grave anymore. But that grave is where they were put. So, I mean, go pay your respects to that grave. Listen, here's the thing is that, you know, it causes some healing to the heart when you feel like you can still get some closure. You know, I don't know who needs this, but you really need that. You need to just go there. When I saw my grandfather's grave, it was a really nice grave. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I was really happy with what it looked like, and it was great. He got put in a veteran cemetery as well, and it was really one of the coolest things I thought, because you could see just how big this entire cemetery was, and it was a nice looking grave, and we paid our visit sometimes. I feel like we should go sometime again in the future. I think that would be really cool. But just go pay a visit. No, I mean, personal opinion though, don't talk to them like they're inside the grave, all right? If anything, I would say look up to the sky, because listen, they're looking down on you. They're not looking down on you in a bad way, but they're looking down on you, watching over you is what that is. They're not there in that grave anymore. They're looking out for you. Just spend some time with them. I'm going to do a little bit of a recap now. I know this was a bit emotional, all right? I'm going to be honest, y'all got me freaking crying on here a little bit. And, what do you call it? I almost busted into tears. Anytime I bring up my grandfather, I almost get into tears, because it's like to me, it's a thing that really, like, you know, it makes me sad that I don't have, you know, my grandfather anymore. We call him Pawpaw, by the way. He's really cool. He was one of the cool people. I'm gonna reminisce a little bit, so don't hurt my soul, all right? Nah, I don't think y'all would hurt it, but he used to take me and drive around like cows and stuff, and I'd always be excited to see cows, and he would think it'd be really cool. So it was one of the coolest things ever. I really cherished my grandfather a lot, and I have these good memories. He also taught me how to make Lunchables. Believe it or not, he taught me the right way of making Lunchables, and Lunchables kind of like stuck with me for a long time. I don't do that anymore. I don't have Lunchables anymore. I had to eat healthier. All right, or I eat better lunches now than I do beforehand. But I will say I ate Lunchables up from like, what do you call it, man? It was probably from all my school life. Even in college, I had Lunchables until I moved on to sandwiches and started eating better. But I learned that from my grandpa. My papa, and it's a thing I cherish with him. Make some moments. Seriously, here, if you've got some moments with your family and they haven't passed or anything, that's great. All right, that's awesome. But if you feel like there's probably not a whole lot of time left for the person that you care deeply about, or the person that came into your mind, for example, go spend some time with them. Seriously, even if they're in a hospital, just spend some time with them. Give them a call. Here's the thing: is that even if they've done you wrong, if they're in a hospital, a call from you would probably brighten up their day. All right, and if it doesn't brighten up their day, it does something in your heart, because you did the action that was hard to do, but the right thing to do as well. So I'm going to go on a bit of a recap. I don't know if y'all need a recap or not from that, but I'm going to give a recap anyway so you remember things. Don't act the way you did in high school or college or middle school. Listen, being consumed with drama, being consumed with lust and anger and anything of the fact of trying to instigate, trying to build yourself up ready to fight, all this stuff is bad, and you need to allow that to wither. Because if you're always on high edge and jumpy and paranoid about everything, you're going to wither yourself, and that's not good. You need to dial back. Don't be a person who enjoys these kinds of things, because listen, you're going to be turned into a wicked person, and you're going to enjoy thriving, and you're going to slowly wither yourselves out. Watch out for yourself. Listen, here's the thing: don't surround yourself with people who are withering. All right, don't be a person who's withering. You're draining people if you are. Don't let yourself to be drained. Don't wither people. Change the things inside yourself. Do not be an empty cup with a hole in it, and when people try to fill you up, it goes right out. Fix the holes inside your cup. Fix them. If you don't fix the holes inside your cup, you're going to be draining to other people. You're going to make people feel like, oh, well, I put my time into this person and they're not putting anything out. They're a waste of my time. If you're wondering why people think you're a waste of your time, it's probably because you haven't patched the holes inside of yourself. Patch the holes inside of yourself, and people will probably see you differently. Now, don't get me wrong. If someone treats you like a waste of time, even though you've already got your holes patched and everything like that, that's on them. They're the withering person trying to cause you to wither. All right? Don't confuse it with your faith, by the way. Here's the thing. A lot of people want to confuse themselves with withering as a person within themselves, and here's the thing: is that no. And when it comes to faith, for example, don't give up on faith. All right. A thing is that a lot of people think, well, if Christianity, for example, doesn't work for me right off the bat, that must mean it's not working. It's like, no, it's not. It's a thing that takes time. And so, for example, once you get further into your life, maybe as a Christian or just as someone who is a faithful person, you may feel like it's withered out, but it's not. It's just dimmed. There's a difference between dimmed and being withered. All right. If you're withered, you are not dimmed. All right, wither is slowly dying. All right, something will die. All right. Dimmed lights can always be replaced or can always glow again. There's nothing wrong with that. Know the difference between both of those. Don't allow other people to fully wither you to where you lose yourself. Don't lose yourself, because you're valuable. You're a valuable person. Don't allow yourself to lose who you are, because if you lose yourself, you lose that priceless worth. You know what I mean? You don't necessarily lose it, because you can always get it back. But here's the thing: is that you'll lose that view of yourself and of life. You'll have a deathly view of everything. You'll have an inner death inside of yourself, and you don't want that for your heart and your body. Know the difference between a dimmed light and a withering mess. And the big one, all right, If someone in your mind, someone came into your mind, all right, it's that split second I mentioned somebody that you need to help or that you want to spend some time with because you don't know how much time they have left. Go spend some time with them. Here's the thing is that you never know when that last chance will be. Get up and make that choice. Only you are holding yourself back, by the way. Overcome that barrier. Because here's the thing is the walls you build up yourself are the things holding you back. I got that from a Divide music song. And I think that's a good concept. The limits you put on yourself are the walls that you put up yourself. You need to tear them down. If you need to call somebody who's in a hospital, here's the thing. Just like my papa, I had my closer. All right. It made me happy. It gave me something in my heart to, feel like I've got that closure. Get that closure. Here's the thing. You never know when someone's passing away, like I mentioned. Not only that, you need to overcome that barrier within yourself. Call them. It could mean the world to them. And if it doesn't mean the world to them, it'll definitely mean the world to you because it'll fix your heart. And it may not fix it right off the bat, but it'll do something in your heart that's good. It's like, you know what? You did the right thing in your heart. If the person's already gone and passed away, visit their grave. But don't look down at the grave when talking to them. Look up in the sky, because here's the thing. They're watching over you. They're not in that grave anymore. They're watching over you. And they aren't withered, and I'll guarantee you they aren't withering where they're at now, because they're having a great time. And they want the best for you, especially if it's someone you deeply cared for. Pay respects to the grave, yeah, but look up when you're talking, because they're looking down on you. They're like saying, yo, I'm not there anymore, man. Don't be talking to a grave. Don't be talking to an empty carcass that isn't there. They're looking down from above, man. They're looking at you saying, hey, man, I've got you. I'm watching over you, man. God's got them, man. If you believe in God, he's got them. If you don't, well, I still believe they're looking over on you. They're looking over you from the past life. Things in our life get old. What are you going to do about it? I hope you all enjoyed that segment. That one actually all got me crying, man. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't expecting to cry, but it really came from my heart, and I felt like someone just needed to hear that. And I would love any feedback that I can get on this, please. All right, listen, this is a touchy subject, but I really feel like this is a thing that people really needed to hear. And just be aware of these kinds of things. Seriously, watch out. All right. Be aware. Go call somebody. Listen, if that person's on your mind, don't even quit listening to this segment. All right, listen. If someone's on your mind, you make that call to them as fast as possible, man. Not even just a call. Go to their house or something. All right, listen. It would mean the world to them. All right, it would. Go for it. I got Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. They're all Sir Derpy Creeper, and hopefully you can check them out. I like to post a lot of content on them. And hopefully you can follow if you need any assistance of following. I do post a lot of content on Instagram for the most part, so if you want to see some flailing hands, definitely go for Instagram. I got you. All right, flailing hands are a boss technique. All right. Oh, you hear that pop right there? That was my wrist. That's how majestic my hands are. All right. And I've got Spotify and SoundCloud as well. They're both Sir Derpy Creeper and WhizDum Wednesday, WhizDum Wednesday. They're awesome. All right, go check them out. They should be up to date. Wither may take a little bit. I'm not sure how long Wither is going to take, but hey, it'll be a bit. So I hope you guys can check that out. I have YouTube as well. YouTube will be my most uploaded one. I have I post some highlights on there, but it's Sir Derpy Creeper if you want to look it up. It's also WhizDum Wednesday on there as well. If you even typed in WhizDum, WhizDum, literally it comes up, so I'm pretty happy about that. It's me spelling wisdom the way I did, made it to where it was the first thing to come up on the searches. Smart brain. Yeah, all right. Sorry, I'm messing with you, but well, I'm not sorry, but I appreciate you guys with my quirky attitude. But I want to say, listen, thank you guys for watching. Also, wait, forgot one more thing. My homies at Twitch, all right? I do stream these videos as well, and I have a conversation after the video as well. Please, if you can, check that stuff out. If you ever want to talk to me live when I've got a WhizDum Wednesday up, please talk to me. Listen, I would love to talk to you, all right? Depending on any subject, all right? Even if it was a last week subject, for example, I don't mind. Because here's the thing is that if we talk about certain things, I'll gladly bring up certain things. We could even turn the whole conversation into something productive. That's what I adore, all right? When I get a conversation that's productive and can help somebody in the future. I want to help people. And if you want to talk to me live, I would love to listen and talk to you live. There's no problem at all. I think it's a great thing. So anyways, I hope this was able to make you a whiz out of making wise decisions and to steam them up to make them even better. Remember, let go of old things. Let them go. Don't let go of the family members who are going to pass away soon, all right? Listen, here's the thing. If you know that you may lose these people soon, spend some time with them. Make some cherishing moments with them. Don't lose your chance to have that closure as well. Make that call. If someone came to your mind, you bet you need to go straight to them, all right? You need to spend some time with them. I feel like someone has someone that came right into their mind and they need to talk or need to spend some time with them. Till next WhizDum Wednesday, I'm Sir Derpy Creeper, and have a great week.